The honorable members and the permanent witnesses. I'm Mwanza John Aaron Kafunde. I'm Council Secretary for MAAMBWE Town Council. Chair, thank you.
Thank you. Next, we want to hear your voices.
Yes, good afternoon, Chair. Good afternoon, honorable members. Good afternoon, permanent witnesses. My name is Musiani Mugara, Director Finance, MAAMBWE Town Council.
Good afternoon, Chair. Good afternoon, honorable members. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sesno Chiromo, Procurement Officer.
Good afternoon, Chair. Good afternoon, members of this committee. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Frank Mazani, Director Human Resource and Administration for MAAMBWE Town Council.
Good afternoon, Chair. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Solofina Kavunda, Internal Auditor for MAAMBWE Town Council. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Chair. Good afternoon, everyone. Kenneth Piri, Director Planning, MAAMBWE Town Council. Thank you, Chair.
Good afternoon, Chair. Good afternoon, honorable members of the committee and the permanent witnesses. My name is Niza Ndawa, Director Engineering, MAAMBWE Town Council.
Permanent witnesses, Auditor's Office.
Thank you, Chair. Good afternoon, Chair. Good afternoon, honorable members. Good afternoon, CS and your team. Good afternoon, other permanent witnesses. My name is Mashao Gabriel, Director, Eastern Provincial Audit Office. I'm accompanied by other officers from the office who I will request to introduce themselves. Thank you.
Yes, permanent witnesses.
Good afternoon, Chair. Good afternoon, Principal Auditor.
Let's have.
Good afternoon, Chair. Good afternoon, honorable members, and good afternoon, MAAMBWE Town Council. My name is Charles Bukolo. I'm a planner from the Office of the Auditor General.
Next. To you to say it that where you are, but for the sake of
good afternoon, Chair. Good afternoon, honorable members. Afternoon, CS and your management team. My name is Mulenga Chama, coming from the Office of Accountant General. Thank you.
yes.
Good afternoon, Chair. Good afternoon, the new council that has come. Good afternoon, the other members of the committee. Chibuya Davis, Assistant Director, Local Authorities Department, Minister of Finance, Internal Audit Division. Welcome.
Yes.
Thank you, Chairperson, and the honorable members of your committee. MAAMBWE Town Council, you are welcome. I'm Kazinga Kennedy from Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development. Thank you.
Honorable members of Parliament.
Mangango. Thank you so much. Good afternoon to you. Afternoon, MAAMBWE Town Council. I'm also welcome to National Assembly of Zambia. Your place to be today, this time around. Afternoon, our permanent witnesses. Afternoon, our viewers and the listeners. I'm Mwene Lohamba, Member of Parliament for Mangango.
We out of come and use this mic.
Thank you, Chair, and good afternoon. My name is Mark Clark.
Thank you, Chair. Good afternoon. I'm Tokozide Chaponda from the Office of the Clerk.
Dr. Mwanza.
Thank you, Chair. Good afternoon, MAAMBWE. I am Honorable Dr. Aaron Mwanza, Member of Parliament for Kaumbwe constituency, Petauke District of the Eastern Province. You're most welcome to your committee.
Honorable Darius. Okay, we have Honorable Darius Mlunda, MP for Siavonga, sitting virtually, as well as the substantive chair, Honorable Misheki Mutetwa Nyambosi, also sitting virtually. I am Mutelo, your humble servant. Like always, be calm. Take it easy. It is your committee. We'll go straight to page 5. Just read 1. Easter, you will go to page 9 thereafter.
Thank you very much, Chair. With your permission, Chair, if I could be allowed an addendum, Chair.
Allowed.
Thank you, Chair. Chair of an addendum here.
Yes.
Yes, Chair, which is making some corrections for this purpose. Chair, on page 13.
Page 13?
Yes, Chair.
The House, let's be on page 13. Yes.
Yes, Chair. Page 13. Chair, on the table, the heading in the table, fourth column, to add where we are saying expenditure to date. Chair, it should be expenditure to date, but we mean as at 31st 03/2025.
Come again?
The table on page 13 on top.
The date.
So we have where we are saying expenditure to date.
Yes.
So that's why the to date should mean, Chair, 31st 03/2025.
31st 03/2025.
Thank you, Chair.
Okay.
Chair, same on page 13, bullet number 3, under cause of query. Chair, to read unspent funds from loans instead of unspent recoveries from loans.
Unspent
funds from loans.
Okay.
Thank you, Chair.
Yes.
Chair, we go to page 14.
Page 14.
Under unspent funds, Chair, we are adding a bullet, an additional point to what we have there.
Where? Because we have 2 unspent funds on this page. Unspent youth development bursaries and
Chair, thank you, Chair.
Unspent funds community projects. So
yes, Chair, unspent funds community projects. Page 14. Chair, we are adding, Chair, a response that additional point, further funds amounting to 19.4 million, Chair.
Yes.
Were disbursed late in 2023 and were received as follows.
I wish to indicate that the following funds were unspent under community project as shown below. So where do we add that sentence?
Chair, it should be the last bullet in the cause of query.
Where is the cause of query on page 14?
Chair, it goes to page 15, Chair. But the query is on page 14, but because page 15, there's a table where it says balances as at 31st December 2023.
Yes.
Then cause. So we have put our, now we are adding one more reason. On page 15, Chair, the cause of query on the table.
Yes.
Thank you, Chair. So we are saying further funds amounting to 19.4 million were disbursed late.
That should come on which page now?
The cause of query.
So 15 to 16, but you are adding.
Yes, Chair. Yes, Chair.
So page 16.
Thank you, Chair.
Let's take note of that.
Thank you, Chair.
Next.
Next, page 15, Chair itself. Heading in the table, third column, 2025.
The same. Yes.
Thank you, Chair. Page 21, Chair. Under management response, correction of the management response. Management wishes to acknowledge the auditor's file 239.50. Chair, the 3 and 9 have been misplaced. Supposed to be 293.
293.
Yes, Chair.
10050.
Yes, as it is in the query.
Okay. Okay.
Chair, page 27.
No, page 21.
Yes, Chair.
Correction of 290. Okay, instead of that. Okay, page 27.
Yes, Chair. Chair, in the table, list of ongoing projects under project number 3 and 4. Chair, to add the following.
Yes.
The project is still ongoing.
So when we reach there, we'll come to.
Yes, Chair.
Okay. To the addendum.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Chair.
Next.
Page 32. Under action taken, Chair. Page 32. Under action taken, Chair. Out of 1 million, an amount totaling 104, Chair, when we reach where it says 579.81, and then it says 2023. Chair, the next is an amount supposed to be 75,000. Not just 75. 75,284.84. So we add a K, Chair, in front of 75.
Okay.
Thank you, Chair.
Yes.
Chair, page 36. Page 6 is Appendix 1.
Yes.
Chair, in brackets, MAAMBWE on number 2 is supposed to read MAAMBWE.
MAAMBWE.
MAAMBWE, Chair.
Not MAAMBWE.
Not MAAMBWE. MAAMBWE is a district, but MAAMBWE as a contractor.
Okay. Yes.
Chair, and 8, page 428.
Yes.
Page 428, Chair.
Appendix 9, but page 428, yes.
Chair, under 2.1, the date, which is 27th November, to be collected to read 11th October 2023. The date to read 11th October 2023 instead of 27th
11th
November 2023.
11th
October 2023.
Okay.
Then under 2.3,
yes.
Chair, also the date to read 23rd October 2023.
Not January.
No, not January, Chair. Thank you, Chair.
3rd October
2023, Chair.
2023. We are ready to go.
Thank you, Chair. I'm ready to go now.
Page 5.
Thank you very much, Chair. Management response. Management acknowledges the auditor's finding on the delayed completion of. Chair, the table below highlights and action taken. 1. Borehole siting, drilling, and equipping of boreholes. Contractor, Techja Construction and General Dealers Limited, JV Suya Construction Limited. Cause of query, Chair. The delay was caused by non-compliance by citizen bidders domiciled in MAAMBWE on the use of the electronic government procurement EGP system. Chair, the initial tendering was conducted in September 2023. However,
just a minute.
Thank you, Chair.
Let's go to number 3. Let's go to 8.
Thank you, Chair. Citing of 10 to Chair.
For the sake of the House, where we said one changing.
Were evaluated in November 2023 and successful bidders were approved by the MAAMBWE Town Council Procurement Committee Chair in December 2023. The contract was awarded in December 2023 and the works could not commence immediately due to inaccessibility to the site and raising water table as the result of the rain season. Chair, on the remedial measure, all the outstanding works at the time of verification have since been completed.
Okay.
So, remedial measure, Chair. The Council will continue sensitizing local contractors in order to build capacity and increase compliance on the usage of EGP. Chair, we are saying see attached supporting documents at 1, Chair, which is 36.
Yes.
Yes, Chair. Page 10. Chair, page 10 is failure to provide management reports prepared by the financial institution. Of 59 as a result of the financial institution skipping some months submitting the reports to the MAAMBWE Town Council. Action taken. Chair, management to the financial to be coordinated with the submission of local management reports. Council will always engage the bank to ensure that the bank is consistent with submission of the loan management reports to the Council. Chair, see attached supporting documents at Appendix 2, Chair, which is on page 123. Chair, I'm on page 11. Cross-cutting issues, budget, funding, and response. The auditor's finding on the retained funds and wishes to report contractor for the construction of the Chief's Palace in Insafe Ward is on site at 35% completion. Chair, remedial measure. The Council will continue to monitor Chair, on page 13, we have that table where we have collected the dates. So component 1, Chair, is community projects, 2022-2023.
Let's go to the cause of query.
Thank you, Chair. Cause of query. Unspent funds amounting to 17,369,889.56 was as a result, Chair, of the following. 1, delayed procurement. Chair, non-compliance by citizen bidders domiciled in MAAMBWE on the requirement of the electronic government procurement EGP system. This caused a delay in the procurement. There were also some appeals, Chair, from some of the non-responsive bidders that took long to be resolved. Bullet 2, delayed implementation. Chair, some contracts under community projects such as drilling of boreholes were awarded and could not, thereby affecting the timely implementation. Further, the period, and this also contributed to the delay, thereby affecting expenditure. Bullet 3, Chair, where we have said unspent funds from loans. Chair, there was an amount totaling 1.4 million from loans. Chair, this amount had not yet been disbursed to who would be loan beneficiaries as at 31st December 2023. Funds some students did not report for school at the time of verification, as most of them preferred to be paid upkeep money to them other than paying learning institutions. Action taken. Chair, a total amount of 10,049,893.42 was spent on various constituency development CDF components, leaving a balance of 7.3 million for ongoing community projects. Remedial measure to always at Appendix 4 from page 161 and ends at page 375.
So is it where we are putting the additional?
Thank you, Chair. No. That's where we are also putting.
So go to your addendum, page 2, page 14.
Thank you, Chair. Page 14. These bullets, the last bullets that's adding.
Further.
Thank you, Chair. $468,558.84 were disbursed late in 2023 and were received as 20 million. And 2023 we received 5.8 million. Hence, the council could not utilize these funds within the period under review. Thank you, Chair.
Unspent funds, community projects.
Thank you. Unspent funds, community projects. Management response. Management wishes to acknowledge the on the unspent funds. However, Chair, I wish $1,244,117 captured by the auditors as the amount received was for 2023 funding only, while the amount for expenditure was for community projects for both 2022 and 2023. There were payments that were made in 2023 for 2022 ongoing projects, which were carried forward over to 2023. I wish to indicate that the following funds under community projects as shown below, Chair. Yes. Chair, on page 15. Chair, we have put the amounts there and where we collected the date, Chair, if you in the addendum on the date to on expenditure to date.
Yes.
So on cause of query, the unspent amount of 13,846.3 attributed to the delay in the implementation of some community projects due to the following reasons. Chair, the non-compliance of certain bidders domiciled in MAAMBWE, on the requirement of the EGP system. Chair, there were also appeals from some of the non-responsive contractors or bidders which took long to be resolved, resulting in delay in implementation of the projects. Due to failed bids and appeals, some contracts were awarded in December 2023 during the rain season, thereby affecting timely implementation of the projects, and sites were difficult as the project stalled and only resumed after the rain season. Chair, again on page 15, remedial measure.
Action taken.
Sorry, action taken. Sorry, Chair. Management wishes to state that an amount totaling to 8,474,847.94 has since been spent on various community projects broken down as follows. Procurement of desks, Chair, 1.6 million. Grading and graveling of roads, 810,000. Construction of annex in Nyakatokoli, 747,000. Water system, 1,063,000. Chair, completion of 1x3 classroom block at Chisengu School, 82,900. 315,145.48 was spent on construction local contractors in order to build capacity on increase compliance on the usage of the EGP system. Further, management will ensure the implementation of approved community projects. And further, management will continue to monitor all projects being undertaken in the district. Chair, on page 16, we are saying, see attached supporting documents at Appendix 5. Which is on page 161. Chair, page 17. Page 17 now, Chair.
Yes.
Unspent funds, empowerment grants. Management response. Management acknowledges the auditor's findings on unspent funds amounting to negative 5 million.
Two? Oh, it's in blankets, yes.
Yes, Chair.
So negative, yes.
Thank you, Chair. 5,344,000.
That's just that. How can the unspent funds be in the negative?
Chair, if we look on top there's a table that was given to us by the auditors, where they have put balance as at the 31st, and there's a negative.
You may continue.
Thank you, Chair. 5,344,758. However, I wish to state that the amount of 7.4 million captured as a expenditure covers both empowerment loans and grants for 2022 and 2023, while the amount 2,071,872 captured as received by auditors was only for 2022. Chair, allow me to go to the cause of query. The allocated amount for 2023 empowerment grants, Chair, was also overspent by 229,067,000. Action taken.
Over approved.
Well,
yes.
Thank you, Chair.
You may continue.
Thank you. Action taken. The allocated amount for 2024 was approved less by 229,067.00. Remedial measure. Management will always ensure that constituency development fund components are allocated accordingly. Chair, see attached supporting documents at Appendix 6. Chair, on page 376 and ending at 394. Chair, I'm on page 18. Unspent funds empowerment grants. Chair, this seems to be a repetition.
Yes. So let's go to the next.
Appendix 2.4, secondary boarding and skills development bursaries. Management response. Management acknowledges the auditor's findings on the unspent amount of 1.9 million as at December 2023 under secondary boarding and skills development bursaries. However, I wish to state that the amount captured by the audit received was for 2023 funding. There was a balance brought forward from 2022, which brings a total to 5.5 million as received funds for both 2022 and 2023 as shown in the table below, Chair. The unspent amount is mainly attributed to the fact that some student pupils did not do of verification. Further, the verification exercise conducted shows that there were a less number of pupils and students who were in school approved could not go ahead to pay. Action taken. I wish to state that the matter has since been reported to the CDF committee on the under the skills the school bursaries, and it was resolved that the funds be allocated to sponsor more skills boarding bursaries applicants. Remedial measure. Council will always ensure that unspent funds are reported in order to ensure sponsoring of more students and pupils. Chair, on page 20, I'm saying see attached supporting documents at Appendix 7, Chair, which is on page 395. Chair. 21, Chair, unspent funds. Management wishes to acknowledge the auditor's finding of, Chair, that's where we made an
293.
293, thank you.
Yes.
Overspent. The table below shows the cause of query action taken and the remedial measure. So cause of query, the funds for insurance for earth-moving equipment were paid from the administrative component of Constituency Development Fund, CDF, thereby resulting in a negative variance. Action taken. Chair, management has since reported the expenditure accordingly. Remedial measure. Council will always ensure that Constituency Development Funds components are allocated in line with the guidelines. See attached supporting documents at Appendix 8, Chair, which is on page 401. Page 22, Chair, 2022 community projects, management response and cause of query. Management acknowledges the auditor's finding on the outstanding community project for 2022 CDF. I wish to state that the project was on the construction of an abutment Soloward at a total cost of 3.5 million. However, at the time of evaluation of the bids, bidders were non-responsive because they quoted amounts that were beyond the engineer's estimates. Action taken: management engaged the Road Development Agency, RDA, in order to supplement funds for the implementation of the other works on the project, as well as to undertake the construction of the bridge. Council has entered into an agreement to co-fund the project with RDA, and RDA agreed to supplement additional funds until the project's completion. The agency has taken possession of site and the project is under implementation. Remedial measure: management will always ensure that projects are fully funded in order to avoid delays project implementation. Chair, see attached supporting document, Chair, which is on page 4. (22) community projects. We go to page 20. Management acknowledges auditor's findings on the ongoing and outstanding community projects for 2023 CDF. Management wish to state, Chair, that 9 projects have been completed while 5 are still ongoing as shown in the table below. So, Chair, the list of completed CDF projects for 2023, Chair, installation of water articulation at Msalute. The delay was caused by non-compliance by Citizen B in MAAMBWE on the use of the electronic government procurement EGP system. The initial tendering was conducted in September 2023. However, all the bidders were non-responsive, which led to council to retender the project in November 2023. Bidders were evaluated in November 2023, and a successful bidder was approved by the MAAMBWE Town Council Procurement Committee in December 2023. This resulted in a delay of the implementation. Action taken: the project has since been completed successfully. Construction of maternity annex at Nyakatokoli Health Post. Chair, the same reasons since they were tendered at the same time. On the action taken, Chair, we are also saying the project has since been completed successfully. 24, Chair. Yes, this is drilling of 3 boreholes.
The same reason.
Yes, Chair.
25.
25, Chair.
The same reasons.
Yes, Chair. Yes, Chair.
26. The same reasons.
Thank you, Chair.
27.
27, Chair. The list now of ongoing projects. Chair, we have procurement of 1 number ambulance, 1.5 million. Management would like to acknowledge the auditor's findings and wish to state that the project is being implemented centrally by the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development. The project is being procured centrally by the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development. Chair. 2, construction of 1 Chief's Palace, 1 million. Management acknowledges the auditor's findings and wish to indicate that the funds were deducted at source by the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development, and the project was procured centrally. Chair, the project was centrally procured to Zambia Collection Service by the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development, and the contractor is on site with 35% of the works completed so far. Installation of water articulation at Nyakatokoli Rural Health Post, 200,000. Chair, the delay was caused by non-compliance by citizen bidders domiciled in MAAMBWE on the use of the electronic government procurement EGP system. The initial tendering was conducted in September 2023. However, all the bidders were non-responsive, which led to the council to retender the project in November 2023.
Action taken.
Thank you, Chair. The action taken. The contractor was, the contract was awarded and the project is at 80% completion.
Yes.
Page 28, Chair, water integration. Chair, on this one, I'd given an addendum, Chair.
Okay.
Yes, Chair, I'd given an addendum on page 27, and which...
Yes.
Chair, where I was saying in the table, list of ongoing projects under project number 3 and 4, to add the project is still ongoing due to the fact that during the implementation of the project, it was discovered that the soil formation in the area required the use of steel casings to avoid the borehole collapsing. The contractor requested for variation amounting to 45,000 to use for steel casings. The matter was reported to the Constituency Development Fund Committee CDF on 21st March 2025 and has since been approved by the committee. Chair, also on the addendum, we are saying see Appendix 2. Thank you, Chair. It's an addition to 3 and 4.
28.
29, Chair. Procurement of 2,415 desks for various schools in the district.
Okay.
3,622,000. Management acknowledges the auditor's findings and wish to indicate that when the contract was awarded, the non-responsive bidders, and that took long to resolve, resulting in delay to start implementing the project. Chair, the tender was cancelled and re-advertised and contract awarded. Chair, out of 2,415, a total of 2,052 desks have been delivered, leaving a balance of 363 desks.
Yes.
Chair, Council will further continue to sensitize the contractors on the use of the EGP as well as procurement requirements in order to increase compliance. Further, the Council will continue to adhere to the presidential directives. Chair, see attached supporting documents at Appendix 10, Chair, which is on page 475 of this document.
Yes.
Analysis of performance, youth, women, and community grants. Management response. Chair, the approval rate of 37% is mainly attributed to the overwhelming response from the members of the evidence by the number of received as compared to the funds available under this component. Action taken. The Council has disbursed the amounts to the beneficiaries under this component. Remedial measure. Council will ensure that funds are disbursed to the beneficiaries in a timely manner.
Drink some water as we allow Dr. Singombe to introduce himself. You are welcome, Doc.
Chair, good afternoon. Good afternoon, MAAMBWE and everyone else. I'm Singombe Edgar, representing the people of Dondonwes. Thank you.
We had one doctor, now we have two. You may continue.
Thank you, Chair. So in that component, Chair, all the funds were spent. Appendix 6 on page 30, change of projects without approval. 4 projects. Cause of query. Management wishes to acknowledge the auditor's finding that some groups diverted from the agreed upon projects without securing approval from the local authority. Management wished to state that the change of projects type was mainly attributed to the fact that the amounts earlier applied for by the beneficiary groups were reduced by the Constituency Development Fund CDF Committee in order to accommodate more beneficiaries. Action taken. The beneficiary groups wrote to the council seeking for authority to change project type that would match with the approved project amounts approved by the Constituency Development Fund Committee, since the area amounts applied for were not approved, and the matter was reported, Chair, to the Constituency Development Fund Committee for consideration, and issue was considered by the committee. Remedial measure. Council will continue to advise the Constituency Development Fund Committee, CDF, to be approving the amount recommended by the Technical Appraisal Committee as opposed to reducing in order to accommodate more beneficiaries within the limited resources. Chair, see attached supporting documents at Appendix 11, which is on page 610. Appendix 8, Chair.
Yes.
Performance analysis, soft loans. Management response. Management acknowledges auditor's finding on the total unspent funds. However, I wish to indicate that the following funds were unspent as shown below. Chair, we have provided a table that is going on page 31.
Yes.
The table below shows the cause of query, action taken, and remedial measure. Cause of query. The unspent amount of 1.4 million stated in the auditor's audited financial statements is broken down as follows. Loan recoveries 238,340.04. Loan interest 111,559.29. The balance share therefore being 349,899.03. The balance of 1,142,364.67 was unspent as at 31st December 2023. The funds are loan recoveries are deducted. So we are saying the funds as loan recoveries, Chair, are deducted on a monthly basis, and this should accumulate for the funds to be disbursed to other beneficiaries. Action taken. Chair, out of 1.1 million, 42,364.64, an amount totaling of 1,057,500 has been spent, leaving a balance of 84,864.64, which is for 2022 9,057.81, and for 2023 75,284.83. Chair, where we made a collection, we put a K respectively.
Yes.
349,899.33 was presented to the CDF committee meeting held on 21st March 2025 to consider funding additional loan applicants, and the committee resolved that the said amount be disbursed. Chair, remedial measure. Management will endeavor to
be disbursed together with that. Be disbursed, go to 33. Continue reading.
I didn't go to 33. Together with the 2025 loan applications.
Go back to remedial measures.
Thank you. Management will endeavor to disburse the funds from loan recoveries to other applicants in a timely manner. Chair, I move to page 33.
Yes.
Where we are saying, see attached supporting documents at Appendix 12, Chair, which Appendix 12 is on, start from 631. Appendix 9, failure to recover loans, cause of query. Management wishes to acknowledge the auditor's findings on failure to recover loan repayments totaling to 927,797.88. Failure to make loan repayments was mainly attributed to the fact that following the launch of their businesses, the beneficiary groups started depositing their savings in their bank accounts. However, despite depositing the savings, Zanaco did not outrightly initiate the deduction of the loan recoveries from the accounts. Further, the financial institution Zanaco delayed to initiate the loan recoveries. On the other hand, Chair, some beneficiaries delayed starting their businesses, especially those that required construction. Action taken. Council had written to all the loan defaulters directing them to start servicing their respective loans. Further, management conducted monitoring of some loan beneficiaries in order to assess their general performance of their business. Remedial measure, Chair. Council will continue to engage the loan beneficiaries on the importance and benefits of making these loan repayments on time.
Yes.
On page 34, Chair, see attached supporting documents at Appendix 13, which is on 640. Appendix 10, on page 34. Secondary boarding and skill development bursaries. Cause of query. Management wishes to acknowledge the auditor's findings that out of the total number of the pupils and students who were sponsored under the secondary boarding and skill development bursaries, only 20 and 75 pupils and students have graduated respectively. Chair, this trend is mainly attributed to the fact that most courses under the skills component, the duration is more than a year. Further, secondary boarding duration usually runs from grade 8 to 12, which takes 3 years.
Yes.
On the other hand, most skills duration is more than 1 year, while some and very few were sponsored on short courses whose duration was less than a year. These are the ones, Chair, that were captured as graduates, and most of the students and pupils are still in school and have not yet graduated. Action taken. Council did the verification of the head count of the students. Remedial measure. Council has continued to monitor the performance of both the skills students and secondary boarding pupils so as to capture the number of graduates from both the skills and secondary boarding bursaries. See attached supporting documents, Chair, at Appendix 14, which is at page 707.
Yes.
Appendix 13, analysis of performance of desks. Management response, cause of query. Management acknowledges the auditor's findings and wish to report that 364 school desks were rejected because they were not meeting the required standards. Hence, the delay in supply of the desks. Action taken, Chair. The Council has since received the 364 desks which were redone and have since been delivered to various schools. Remedial measure. Council will ensure that all projects being implemented are closely monitored to avoid delays. Chair, on the delivery of the 364 desks, we are saying, see attached supporting documents at Appendix 15, Chair, which is on page 223, Chair, where we came from. Chair, I submit. Thank you very much. MAAMBWE Town Council.
Thank you so much. Just a quicker one. On page 34, grade 8 to 12, which takes how many years?
Chair, you saw me pausing. It's supposed to be 5 years, Chair.
Exactly.
You saw me pausing, Chair.
So 5 years, because you've written
3 years.
3 years.
Thank you, Chair.
Can we make that amendment?
Please.
Then on these desks, on page 29, you are saying 363. Here you are saying 364. Or these were rejected, the 363 outstanding are different. Okay, pertinent, burning questions, honorable members. Burning questions, Honorable Mwanza. Doc.
Start with page 23.
Try it again, sir. Doc. Okay, page 23. Honorable members, burning.
The
9 projects.
Yes, page 23 to 26. These are the projects that have been completed in 2023. But there were some delays. So my concern or point of clarification. For example, project number 1, installation of water reticulation system at Msalute Community School. Then project number 2, construction of maternity annex. Project number 3 is a drilling of boreholes. Project number 5, drilling of boreholes, installation of water supply system. There are 4 different categories of projects. Water supply systems, health services, and as well as water supply and health services. But Chair, the management response as to why they delay in all these projects is copy and paste. Just check the cause of query, which is the response here on project number 1, installation of water reticulation system at Msalute. Just read the whole sentence and go to the last project, project number 9, or sample any of the projects between project number 1 up to number 9. The reason, the response is the same. My question is, these projects are of different, require different specialities. The water supply, like drilling of boreholes, and also maternity, construction of maternity annex. Construction of maternity annex is just civil works.
drilling, it's involving a drilling rig, and so on. But the reason that we're giving is that there was a delay. The delay was caused by non-compliance by citizen bidders domiciled in MAAMBWE on the use of electronic government procurement system. The initial tendering was conducted in September 2023. However, all the bidders were non-responsive, which led to the council to retender the project in November 2023. Bidders were evaluated in November 2023, and the successful bidder was approved by the MAAMBWE Town Council in December 2023. All these reasons and the dates, everything is exact. Based on this is corresponding to installation of water reticulation system. Then the reason, the same reason is attributed to construction of maternity annex. These are different contractors of different specialities. I want to understand, was it the bids failed because the system, the EGP, they were not familiar with, or their submission at preliminary evaluation of the bid, the contractors became non-responsive? Because if you are non-responsive in the preliminary evaluation, you don't, your bid will not proceed to.
You'll be answering. You leave it to them.
Yes.
CS.
Why the reason is the same?
Why is it that, of course, starting all the way from page 5, you have cited the same? You and procurement and planning, let's have the answers. Drilling and maternity, reasons the same, none responsive.
Thank you, Chair. This is a very important question. I'll start, then I will throw it to procurement and the planning, as you have said, Chair. Chair, yes, the reason is the same, and on page 23 up to 26, Chair, because we are citing the EGP because they were done at the same time in terms of the application, or were done at the same time, and the award was also done at the same time in the rain season. And the Nyakatokoli is inaccessible.
Forget of the, we are not yet gone to the awarding.
Okay.
We are on the non-responsiveness. All the contracts, all the bidders.
Thank you, Chair.
In September, November, the reason is the same. Procurement.
Chair, yes, the reason are the same. Reason being that when we were evaluating, when they were submitting the bids, when we started evaluating, they were finding that they were not putting the correct document on the spots that we requested them to do. However, they were all non-responsive. I submit.
You mean all those who would have done the bidding? That's where the committee is now asking. Say there were 9 contractors, they bid. None of them would have done a correct thing. A month later or in between, all of them, they are successful.
Yes, Chair, because GGP was just introduced, so it was very difficult for the local contractors domiciled in MAAMBWE, in a remote area, to be able to use. But however, after they failed, then we engaged them, then we told them what to do, what we requested. That's when they qualified, Chair.
Follow-up questions? Yes, sir.
Thank you so much, Chair. Actually, from page 1, the answers are just the same. as the Honorable Dr. Mwanza has alluded to, why do you think this problem was only with the MAAMBWE Town Council and not any other council? Why?
Yes. Why? Take your time. Why only in MAAMBWE? The same EGP system. Yes, they may not have been already acquainted to read. But in some councils, some will be successful, then others not. In MAAMBWE, all of them, from page 5. Why?
Chair, after when they failed, we thought of organizing orientation.
Now that's the answer. So you never did what you had done after they failed in the first place?
In the first place, Chair, ZPPA used to come and orient them. But after us, we thought that now, since ZPPA used to come to orient them, then later on, after they failed, then we thought, no, I think we need also to put more sensitization.
Yes, that is known as sleeping on Jude. Because they thought things would work and they never worked. Are you seeing that, sir? Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. It's good that he has answered about the EGP, because even if you say now, EGP cannot even explain the reasons to why MAAMBWE failed. EGP can't explain. The person explaining, it's you that failed to provide the needed information to the contractors on time. Because you must even have assessed to say, okay, are our contractors able to do the needful for them to be able to bid successfully? You didn't carry out the assessment. So in simple terms, yes, you didn't do the needful. The council was sleeping on duty. Maybe they can answer this question, since most of the parts are EGP. Maybe
is it a new question?
Yes, it's a new question, but
there's a follow-up here.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Procurement. What procurement method did you use to procure these nine projects that are of mixed scope and categories? Where you have water supply systems, maternity, civil works, just bricklay, and drilling of boreholes. You need a specialized company that has a rig. So you posted the advertisement on EGP. What method of procurement was used to procure these 9 projects?
Nine
different projects to lead to non-responsiveness.
Thank you, Chair. When you look at these projects, most of them, they were falling under 1 million. So all the projects that are 1 million, they are under simplified method of bidding. Submit, Chair.
Just Chair. Simplified bidding requires the procurement entity to identify suitable bidders. So you invite 3 of them. Those that you do a due diligence in the background. You can even call them. Can you do this work? Yes. Okay. So you invite, it's limited in a way. It's not open national bidding. So why could you invite bidders who became non-responsive when you had was due diligence conducted or not? Thank you.
Procurement officer.
Yes, Chair, the due diligence was done. But you see, when they are bidding, it is very difficult to assess that, these people fail. But however, when we evaluate, as I said earlier, I think they could not qualify. I submit, Chair.
How is EGP system in MAAMBWE now?
So from the time we started, I think we have made a lot of strides. As at now, at least we are moving. We are always engaging there and then to make sure that they are there. We are at the same level. I submit, Chair.
But others appealed to the non-responsiveness.
Yes, Chair. Those that appealed, Chair, because they were not MAAMBWE domiciled at that time.
How would they appealed to what? If all the bids were non-responsive, then they appealed. They appealed to what?
Chair, what I would say is at first we had put the tender. Then secondly, when we were about to award the tender, they appealed. However, it delayed.
They appealed to what?
They appealed that they were not selected.
Hold your fire. No one is selected. Then there is an appeal. For what? There is no offside. Then you appeal to say there is an offside. Yes. You tender and all are non-responsive. Then there is an appeal. On who?
Chair, first I want to agree with...
Let's take it to back home, to what is near us. There is an election. And no one has done anything. Then there's a petition. On who?
Chair, you said yes, sir. They wanted to respond. I don't know if I can go ahead.
You respond.
Chair, where we had an appeal is on the desks.
Only on the desks.
Here, Chair, we are citing EGP and also on inaccessibility of the areas. Chair, unless I'm mistaken, but I want to agree, Chair, with what you said, that CS, this is the sleeping while on duty, because some of these, Chair, regrettably could have been taken care of during the time when there were these delays. Chair, I thank you.
Honorable Mwene.
Thank you so much, Chair. I'd like to take CS to page 13.
Page 13.
Yes, Chair.
As we are winding.
Delay, on top is delayed procurement, which is the one and the same thing that Dr. Mwanza asked. Delayed implementation is as a result of the delayed procurement process. MAAMBWE Town Council still not very proactive. Now I would like to ask you on unspent funds from loans. Chair, the whole year MAAMBWE Town Council collected about 1,492,264 kwacha. They kept it until the following year, Chair. This money is realized from the loans, which was supposed to have been given to other people that would have put it into good use and still generate more interest on it. Why did you decide to keep this money for almost the whole year? It's just coming, piling, without giving it out to other people. Meanwhile, there are people that wanted to invest this money into businesses to help themselves and at the same time keep the money grow. I submit, Chair.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Chair. Chair, when I was doing an addendum, Chair, thank you very much. I had tendered a correction, Chair, on this item. Instead of it being in loan recoveries, Chair, I said on page 13, it be unspent funds from loans. Chair, that's it was not recoveries, but the money that was remaining. I thank you, Chair.
Yes.
Even then, Chair, the money was still not spent. It was not spent. Why not spend it so that it generates interest. The question still stands. As I've been saying.
You've now clearly heard the question?
Very much, Chair.
Yes, what's the response?
Thank you very much. Chair, allow me to, with your permission, Chair, to give the question or the response to my Director Planning, Chair.
Director Planning.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. So when when you look at the table on top of page 13, I'm sure that's where the honourable member was making reference to, I guess. Having made those corrections that there was that amount, 1.4. Yes, we do admit that not all of it was spent. I think one of the reasons that was cited during the reading of the report was that as there were those delays to start recoveries. So as a result, to some extent, that affected the planning or the implementation of the redisbursement of these funds. However, Chair, we've made some strides in terms of ensuring that these monies recovered are further given out to other would-be beneficiaries, as evidenced by the table there, where we have the current balance of 434, 763.97. I submit, Chair.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Chair. Through you. You can see, Chair, even by on the next call, expenditure to date, that is 31st of March 2025. That was your correction also.
Mm-hmm.
So by 31st March 2025, Chair, this money, which was still there, it is still there. It was still there by March. It is still there up to now. My question is, why are you this money to people that can telling your committee that there are no people that need the loans in MAAMBWE? From 2023, Chair, this is worrisome. People need empowerment, and this is the empowerment that is needed. But you have decided to keep the money in the bank. It's just lying idle. It's not nothing whatsoever. It's not bringing any interest. Why? The question is why have we decided to take that route? Because even as we speak, Chair, this money is still there. Even now, it is still there in the bank. Today, the money for 2023. Why is MAAMBWE Town Council behaving like this? That's my question.
Yes.
Chair, had you given the question to the planner?
Yes. Now you have heard the reaction. The planner answered. But there is a follow-up question.
Thank you, Chair. The follow-up question is very much noted. Regrettably, Chair, as the member has said,
we have had loans disbursed in MAAMBWE since 2023?
Yes, Chair.
How come then we still have such up to 31st according to what you've said, March 2025? Is this for 2023? Director of Finance, you give him. Director of Finance.
Allow me to.
Yes.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, I just wanted to explain that on this table, the loans outstanding, the balance at 31st December 2023 was 1,492,000. And the expenditure to date, Chair, we have spent 1,057,500, leaving with a balance of 434,000 kwacha, which regrettably has not been spent yet.
Why? There are no people looking for loans in MAAMBWE.
They are there, Chair.
So why? Yes. Are you seeing what the MP from Mangango is bringing to the table? You may switch off your mic, Director of Finance. Why are you not spending the money?
Chair, regrettably, and admitting this this council from you, Chair, really the 443 was not spent at the time
It is 400 now, but it was 1 million.
It was 1 million,
Yes.
Chair, to say the truth, Chair.
You and your team.
Yes, Chair.
Go and do what is right to do. DF, you don't just hold to the money. No. Since we said be calm and take it easy. Honorable Dr. Singombe is saying in that language, I just don't know the finishing. Mindarama, I don't know how to finish it. Meaning, is money? But when you've heard Dr. Mwanza laughing, he has gone to what Dr. Singombe has said in his heart. Spend the money prudently. Empower the people. Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. Chair, it's very regrettable indeed, for MAAMBWE Town Council to behave as if this money is their money. This is not your money, MAAMBWE Town Council. This is the people's money. You are simply the custodians of these monies, and the ones that have been put to be responsible to disburse it to the owners that are supposed to, who are the people. Now you have been entrusted with this man. When you look at Chair, even just to couple this with the student bursaries, skills, a lot of money unutilized. A lot of money unutilized. Giving reasons that are not genuine. Not genuine.
Honorable member.
Chair. It's very, I just wish to express my displeasure on MAAMBWE Town Council, so that skills bursaries also failed to manage it. They are giving reasons like no go to school because they want to direct to themselves and so on and so forth. This is what is in your report. We are simply reading your report. Some councils have done that. Money for their upkeep, they have been sending it to students. Money for school fees, they have been sending it direct to the institutions. That, to MAAMBWE, is a problem. That, just performing that role, MAAMBWE is a problem. Why are you a problem like that?
Be calm.
You are undermining the government.
Be calm.
You are not doing justice to the people. You are not serving the people as expected, because you have been entrusted with these monies by the government to handle it on for the people.
Thank you very much. I should say MAAMBWE you have heard. Honorable Dr. Singombe, is it a different question or you want to argument on this one?
I just wanted, Chair, to ask whether this money is ring-fenced and cannot be varied, or is it money that is restricted? I want to suppose that there are other areas of need. Why can't you redistribute to other areas of need if you cannot give this money to loans rather than keeping it in the account of the council?
CS and DF?
Yes, Chair, I'll give it to DF, but its chair is not reinforced. At the moment, it has been reinforced. It was not reinforced as such at the first place, like the member was saying. But at the moment, it has been reported to the CDF committee to be distributed, and it has been approved. Thank you, Chair.
And sometimes you overestimate so that the approval is over approval. No. Then why didn't you vary? Why didn't you redirect? There's a word that the MP who posed the question stated, I'm restrained to put it into one word. It's known as sabotage. DF. You've heard the word?
I've heard, Chair.
Yes. Government will not give money and then you can't utilize it. Any other last question? But since Honorable Dr. Mwanza, you had one, let me quickly talk on the appealed desks. Did this appellant, was the appeal to all those who did the bidding?
Chair, Procurement Officer.
Procurement Officer.
Thank you, Chair. On the desk, we had 2,415. So, because it's one tender, so when you put one tender, and when he appeals, it means he appeals the whole.
To all?
Yes.
Then you are awarded after you resolved the matter?
Yes, Chair.
So where is the problem with the 363 desks that are still outstanding?
Chair, the problem is that, Chair, we've been pushing the fund that would deliver, Chair.
So you've not answered. What's the problem with the 363? And the CSU were given an ultimatum, isn't it? That by December, which month is this? Which month are we in now?
Chair, we are in April.
Yes, April 2025, and that was December 2024. Meanwhile, this is 2023 desks. No. We'll end here.
Yeah, these are 2023 issues, and they say they've been pushing the contractors, and most likely as they go back, maybe they will find the desks.
You are speaking with...
Oh, sorry.
Yes, sir.
DF is saying, is it the DF? No, the procurement officer is saying that they've been pushing the contractors to deliver, and most likely as they go back, they may find these desks delivered. May I know in their contract where there was no time given to them to deliver, and at what point are they going to terminate contracts to those who are not performing according to the agreed time or period?
Procurement.
Yes, Chair. To begin with, in the contract is a time frame, but I think amongst the reason that they have been citing the contractor has been the timbers have been a problem. I don't know, the forestry.
Sir, it's over 1,000 done. So where are those problems? Would accept as a committee if over 1,000 not done, 300 done. You justify. You don't want even to pat yourself on what you've done. Yes, you've done more. Then you want to hold to the weaknesses over the few. No. In the same way you have managed with more, go and finish. The borehole projects. You are risking people's lives. The unspent monies, the desks. You would need to do more. I'm glad EGP system is now catching up. But if it continues to fail, there are some other ways. You can waiver, ask for a waiver. Deviation. You will not be hiding in the EGP. No. But you will not continue holding on to government money. CS. No. We are taking our immunity. I must hasten to say that you are saved by the bell because there is a witness outside. Let's go and do what we ought to do. It's our Zambia together. It's our Zambia together. MAAMBWE inclusive. I'm yet to know what Secretariat will guide. We are coming. There are moments when you just prepare for us. No, we'll show them this. We'll use this book. From what you want us to see, we'll now tell you we want to go here. Yeah. Sometimes you've told us it's complete when it's different story. We went somewhere. We found on the ground totally different issues. It's our Zambia together. Immunity about to be taken, because you thought I would say it has been taken. It's about to be taken back. But somewhere we are being told, go back to your country. Go and develop. Don't rush here to come and look for greener pastures. Is it good like that? To be told in your face, to say you have failed to develop your country. Is it good like that?
It's not, Chair.
Maybe you are also contemplating of going. If you are, then use the money, because we want to see also MAAMBWE developed, changed. But let's hope when you land, then you'll be told, go back. We end here. Our immunity taken back. Travel safely with God's mercies, but go and work. Go and deliver. I've removed the immunity. You may be going. Honorable members, 10 minutes break.
evening. That was MAAMBWE Town Council making an appearance before the Committee on Local Government Accounts, which is considering the report of the Auditor General on the Constituency Development Fund for the financial year ended at 31st December 2023. Today, the committee did receive submissions from 3 local authorities, namely Lundazi, Lusangazi, and MAAMBWE Town Council, which just finished appearing before the committee. But the committee is not yet done for today. We do have the last witness, which is MAAMBWE Town Council, and the committee has taken a 10 minutes health break, meaning after 10 minutes the committee is going to reconvene to receive submissions from MAAMBWE Town Council. I urge you to stay glued, don't go away. Good evening.